guys have had a day or two now to sort of digest the win. What's the mood like in the locker room coming off of snapping that losing streak with the big win on Saturday?
Well, I haven't been to the locker room yet. We took yesterday off, but I'm sure they feel a lot better about themselves. And for a coach, that game lasted about an hour after the game. And you're on to the next one. But for them, I think I'm sure they didn't just win any game. That was beating the number one team in the conference. So, I'm sure that they enjoyed it, and plus they feel good about how they played, and hopefully that'll spur us on the next. But I'm not a great believer that there's a lot of carryover from games, so we have to go back out and prove it again on Thursday.
Is there any update on Tavion's status? Do you expect him back soon?
I talked to Tavion this morning. He said he felt much better. Achilles type of injury for me, I'm very cautious. I've had one sewn back together myself, and he didn't have any tears. It's just inflamed a little bit. Probably playing him too much. I probably need to cut down on that a little bit. But he said he felt a lot better this morning, but I want him to slow go that one, so I don't know how much practicing he'll do. Well, today we only do film. I don't know if I'll let him practice tomorrow. Then Wednesday, we'll see where he is. But again, it's kind of a day-to-day situation.
Coach, does it kind of help? I know we kind of touched on it, after the game, but to have these young guys be able to step up the way they did Saturday, is that pretty reassuring for the future of this program?
Well, I've always felt like, and again, I'm not, I always see the silver lining. I don't see dark clouds, but I always felt like we had a really good freshman class. The question as a coach is, when do you put it on the floor? And I think you have to be a little bit cautious with that, or make sure you do it right, because if you put them in too soon and they're not ready, then confidence issues strike, especially a young person coming in. They start questioning what they're doing. They play different than they would have with feeling better about themselves. So, I thought the one most ready was Chase McKee, and he's played early a little bit. He's been around with his dad, a professional, around a pretty high level of basketball. So I felt good with him. I was going to play Toussaint, but he got the COVID issues and was out like 3 weeks with that. And then Kyle, I always felt, and we played Toussaint this last one because I think he's our best big man right behind Goran. And Goran, goes about 6 minutes, and then he needs to sit down a couple before he comes back again. So Toussaint got to play this last game. It's really the one that I thought he had, gotten back in rhythm from the health issue. And then, I watched what I like about the Ron kid is that he's got real good quickness, gets the ball off real good. A smart kid, doesn't make too many mistakes, although he made one big one this last game. But I think he'll learn from it. A lot of times it's not so much how much you know now, but how quick you assimilate knowledge. And I felt like he was ready to step on the floor. We needed a space person and a consistent shooter. Put him in, and he was every bit more what I thought he would be. And I was happy for him because he's such a great kid, and he's always happy. I call him, those California kids are all Ronald McDonald's, so they're always smiling. But I thought he did extremely well. And then, the one kid, Wyatt Frisk, has been out with injury, and really prior to the season, he was the one playing the best. And he's kind of a Michael Byers type of player. And it's a shame that he had the knee problems, but they're taken care of. He's been operated on. They're taken care of, and I think that's going to bode well for the rest of his career here.
Well, and also kind of going off of that, you know, we did see Obina step up. You know, Michael Byers did step up. Andy stepped up. They all hit in the double-digit points. Just how great is that for you guys? I mean, for a while there, it seemed like it was a slow start. A lot of the points were coming from Tavion, but it was pretty evenly split, you know, Saturday night.
Yeah, and that's good because I think, well, we started really getting our offense back against Middle. We shot pretty good numbers, and we kind of blew that game. And I think that game we lost because we weren't used to winning. And we didn't do the things that we do. The better we get, the thing about our shooting numbers, what it gives us is a margin, a bigger margin for mistakes. You know, you're going to make some, and if you're shooting the ball like we had in the past, you can't make any. It makes it very difficult. Now our shooting percentage is up. We made some big mistakes, really, going down the wire where we kind of, Tavion might have solved some of those problems. But, you know, Tavion, even though he wasn't there, he wasn't on the floor. He was a big heart, a big presence on the bench, a big presence at halftime, and helping us from his position, helping us win this ball game. And he'll come back. Hopefully all these other guys will maintain what they're doing, their level of activity, and you know, he just makes us that much better. And we obviously, if we get that much better, we got a real shot at winning that tournament and getting back to the NCAA.
Coach, how important was Saturday for a guy like Michael Byers? He's a guy, going back to preseason, that you mentioned was someone that you really hoped would step up and be a big contributor here. Struggled for big parts of this season, but had a really good game on Saturday. Just as far as getting confidence and getting something rolling with him, how important was Saturday?
You know, it was last year, this is about the time he started stepping up his game. I don't know. If I'd have known that I was going to carry over, I'd have found a pill or something to give him to start a little earlier. But, you know, he's one of the most talented kids we have. Sometimes he plays the game one way in his mind, and I'm playing the game another way in my mind, not knowing which one's right, which one's wrong. Could be either way. But since I'm the head coach, I guess he's wrong. I'm right, but that might be the only reason. But, you know, he just, and we talked for about an hour prior to the Middle game, and just about shortening his game, and that he relied on his biggest strength, which is shooting, and then trying to, I told him, you know how many most shots you've taken three-wise this year, Mike, in the game? 4. I said, you should average between 6 and 12. You should be shooting 6, and that means you have to go seek those shots. You don't just let them come to you. You got to start moving to where you're seeking those shots. Middle game he had 5, this game he had 6. And so he's starting to move in that direction. If he'll shorten it down, we still had too many turnovers as a team. And for him, he had 4 assists and 4 turnovers. You got to be like 4 and 2, not 4 and 4. But you know what? He did have 6 shots. He put 6 shots up from threes. He was 3 for 6, 50%. 6 for 11 total. That's who he could be, and I'm going to hope he'll carry it to the next game. You never know. Like I said, we kind of play different games in our heads, one way or the other. But he's talented, and if he plays those kind of numbers, if he's 6'11", 3 of 6, 4 and 5, we're going to be hard to beat. So got to cut down on the turnovers. He's got to go 4 and 2. But other than that, he made some terrific passes. He's a great standstill passer. It's off the dribble we run into problems. But you know what? As much as he's been up and down, and I played him and not played him, he was ready. You know, that speaks highly of him, that he didn't let anything get him down. And when the call came, really the middle game, he started playing a lot, and then this game he started. But he was ready, and I got to give him credit for that. A lot of guys wouldn't have done that, so I'm proud of him for doing that. He's a good guy, and he loves basketball. So, again, just sometimes we have a different look at the basketball game itself.
And what challenges did Old Dominion pose for you this week? What can you tell us about them?
ODU's ODU. They've been that way for ever since I've been in the league. Same kind of offense. Inside mostly. Got strong, not tall kids, but strong, big bodies inside. They'll shoot a little bit more threes than when I first got here. But mostly a lot of down picks, a lot of down screens coming off. Man-to-man defense. They play strong man-to-man, don't switch much. They get into you. They're physical. They like to play deep in shot clocks, which means you're having a grind game most of the time. And but we've had success. We've had a lot of success down there. We've gotten the better of the series, so hopefully we can continue that.
What was the mindset like defensively going into this last game against UAB? I mean, shutting down Jelly Walker,
Well, I don't know if we shut down Jelly Walker. I think Jelly Walker missed some shots.
I mean, they did get 1 for 9 from 3.
Yeah, I know, but again, I don't think anybody shut us down the first of the year. We just missed them, So I don't know that you shut him down. We did a good job, and we did contest a lot of things. We didn't make the defensive mistakes. They didn't get wide open looks, and we didn't give them a rhythm to score on us. And to be honest with you, they were in turnovers. They had 26 points to our 8. But if you look at their shooting percentage, and it was for the game 42 and 22. Without those 26 points, we probably held them at 35 and 20. Which is phenomenal against that team. So it hurt us that we turned the ball over so much, gave them too many points where they didn't have to play against our defense. And, we started that big lineup. We're big, 7 foot, 6'10", 6'5", 6'4", let's see, I'm trying to think who I started. Gorn and 7 foot, 6'10", Obina 6'8", then Randy 6'3", and Early David at 6'4". We're big, so I thought we did a good job. And we went back, we got off of, I tried a little experiment with the zone, a little bit full court, man-to-man, not full court, but switching everything. And just went back to what I teach best. Sometimes you make a mistake by thinking you can outsmart the game. You know what? You better stick with what you can do best. Trying to be smart, probably not one of my greatest traits. So I'm going to stick with what I do best, and I think our kids can feel that that's what I know the most of, and they play better by doing it. I'm going to stick with it, and we'll grind it out and see what happens.
Good guys.
All right, all right.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks. Y'all take care. All right, take care.